Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 83. On today's episode, we're going to be giving our match reaction to the Europa League clash, Barcelona versus Man United. Unfortunately, yesterday was a very tough day. That Barcelona game, there were so many mixed emotions. After some time to cool off, we're able to give you like our full and detailed thoughts. But let me introduce my co-host, Alvaro.
What's up, guys?
Okay, guys. So Barcelona played Man United in the Europa League at home. It ended in a 2-2 draw. I would say it's a game where Barcelona could have won and lost at the same time. I think Xavi got it completely wrong just from the decisions, his in-game management. I thought this was like a missed opportunity for Barcelona to basically help their European image, because Barcelona in Europe in these past couple of years has been an absolute embarrassment. It's been humiliating to be a Barcelona fan in Europe. And this was a moment just to basically put our best foot forward and say something. Before the game, I was saying that Barcelona should – the expected lineup was the expected lineup that I predicted. But Xavi had different minds. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on the game? I gave my brief thoughts before we dive into it.
It's literally what you said. We started on the wrong foot when we saw Xavi putting Alonso and Jordi Alba starting over Balde and Christensen. If the formula has been working for you, and some people are gonna say, "Oh, they needed some rest." It's not like it was a Tuesday game. It was a Thursday game. They had more than enough rest after the La Liga match. There's no injury issue because we saw him get subbed in. So I mean, does he not care as much about the first leg? Did he want to test the waters with Jordi Alba and Alonso? I don't get it, but just because it's the Europa League doesn't mean that you can. And this is why I wonder if this had been, let's say, Man U, Barca, and the UCO, would he have done the same exact thing, or would he have tried it differently? I don't really know. I don't know why he felt like experimenting in such an important game. The only good thing is that now that the away goals rule, whatever we want to call that, since that rule is gone, now it's just a 0-0 game away against United. So we don't gotta worry about the goal differential or whatever. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
But still, this should have been a win. We had countless chances. We even had almost some auto goal help from Casemiro and stuff. We had two very questionable handballs. One mainly at the end. They're staying with that inside the post mistake. I mean, it was a messy game, and realistically speaking, we should have had like 4 goals. It was a very messy game, back and forth. It should not have been as close as it was.
Since the very start of the game, like even before the game started, I feel like Xavi, we went into the game with one hand tied behind our back. When into such the key success, like the major point that's been developing our success so far in La Liga that has allowed us to be only conceding 7 goals to be top of La Liga with that 8-point gap, is that our defense has been solid and consistent. That's been the backbone of the team, with Balde, with Christensen on the left center back, Araujo in the right back spot,
and that's another thing I was gonna say.
Yeah,
we've seen that Xavi has mainly, for the most part, he has played Conda and right back, Araujo center back. We have seen that he's done that for the most part.
Yeah. No, continue.
Again, like I'm not really sure why I switched it up. I don't think matchup was a big issue. Was a big difference.
No, exactly. The reason why Xavi decided to put Araujo on the right hand side was to counter Rashford. But Rashford wasn't on that side.
Again, that's why I'm saying the only scenario, me thinking right now, without looking anything up, the only scenario that I see Araujo playing right back is against Madrid. Because we all know that he clamps the shit out of Vinny.
Or for example, it's perfectly fine if you put Araujo in that position. But if you put Araujo to specifically target the player, Rashford wasn't playing on that side. Rashford wasn't there. If you're going to put Araujo, our best defender, all the way on the bench,
the sole purpose for Araujo is to target one specific player at the right back. Otherwise, he has no use at right back. He we all know that he's not the typical right back. No, neither is Conde, but Conde has been playing at most of the season.
And then,
And second of all, Xavi needs to let that experiment of Alonso as center back. He needs to let that go.
Xavi likes that.
We saw that he didn't have an awful game, but you always have to carry some uncertainty and uncomfortableness when you have Alonso as center back, because that's not his natural position. He's playing right now with this formation. He's playing two defenders out of position.
Yeah. I was going to say that Xavi values that like a left-footed center back. We don't have that in the team.
And I don't understand why Christensen has been as much close to class as we could have asked from Christensen when we signed him. He has been a wall back there with Conde and Araujo. Why do you have to worry so much about a left foot? I understand left side center back with a left foot. A team like Barca doesn't need to rely so much on left footed center back. They don't need that.
Well, I think Xavi has done. I think Xavi got this game completely wrong. I think he vastly underestimated the importance of this game, because remember he's only played in the Champions League. I think that Xavi doesn't value this competition, because even before the game, reporters asked him, "Okay, why did you put in Jordi Alba and Alonso and not Balde and Christensen?" He said that because we're going to be playing 7 games in 21 days, we need to rotate. You do not rotate in a game of this magnitude.
You who do we play this week now?
We play this weekend against Cadiz. 16th place.
You can very well put Alonso in your DF against Cadiz.
And what's it called? If you want to rotate this game, if you want to throw away this competition, fine. But don't put in Pedri. Don't put in Gavi. Don't start your best team in this game.
You're pissing me off. We are dominating La Liga. Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. What pisses me off is that we're almost seeming as if we're too weak to play in Europe, but strong enough to play in La Liga.
Yeah.
In Europe, we got kicked out of the UCL. I know that was a different type of team back in October with a lot of injuries. We got kicked out of the UCL. Now we're in a very tough spot in the Europa League. So people are gonna start saying, so they can only compete in their own league, which is not the case. It's not the case, but that's what Xavi made it seem. And again, if Saturday is it Saturday or Sunday when we play?
We play Sunday. We play Sunday.
If Sunday against was Atletico Madrid, La Sociedad, top of the table team.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that you want to rotate to. You're playing Cadiz. Obviously, you never underestimate a team in football because any team can surprise you. Why do you have to sit down what has been working out for you so perfectly in the different competitions? Why do you switch from that?
And not only do you have Balde and Christensen on the bench, you switch Kunde and Araujo. You saw that Kunde's game yesterday, it was not good. Just because even before the game, as soon as Xavi makes that change, I was uneasy.
This is the funny thing. Conde has openly stated that he wasn't that his plan is not to play a right back. But I mean, you saw his performance. His performance is stronger at right back than at center back. So he either has to convince himself that he is good at right back, or Barca. Right back and center back are very different positions. So they have to either make Conde as much of a full-time right back as possible, or bring him back to center back.
No,
we saw he's trying to. Go ahead.
No, on that thing, I just think that switching Kunde and Araujo, like basically switching what has the system that has been working so well and the team has gotten used to. If you switch that, if you take Christensen out, if you take off Balde, like the system in general, it's chaotic. It's everything, and that's what you saw in the game. The game was completely chaotic. I thought this was one of the worst performances of the season. And even though it was a draw, Barcelona should have lost this game. Barcelona should have lost and won at the same time.
And don't forget, Pedri is injured and Gavi's missing the second leg. So what's going to be up with the midfield?
That's the thing.
Cassie, De Jong, and is Busquets even back?
But Busquets is rumored to be back, but that's not the issue. The thing is, you don't. This could have been an opportunity to start your best team, your best 11, and basically go for the game. Why? Because now next week we play against Manchester United in Old Trafford. When they have Lisandro Martinez back, who's been rock solid for Man United, and Sabitzer, they're getting reinforcements back, and Anthony. They're getting reinforcements. And what's Barcelona doing? We lost reinforcements. There's no Gavi. There's no Pedri. We're going to have Busquets coming back from injury. And what's it called? We're going into that second leg away from home. Just like already just like in a disadvantage. Man United were there for the taking right now. Xavi should have started the best team possible to beat Man United at home now, and you saw in the 70th minute when he brought on Christensen and we brought Joyota, Man United didn't even sniff Barcelona. They were completely toothless in attack.
The only positive, in my opinion, the only positive takeaway from this game is that Rafinha's looking very solid.
Rafinha's looking,
and we saw how heated he was to be taken out of the game.
And then when Xavi subs him off,
I don't get what Xavi was trying to do. If you're trying to rest him for the Sunday game, again, he has 2 days. If you're so worried about him being too tired for Sunday, don't start him on Sunday.
Well, what he said is that he wanted to bring in Ferran Torres just because for some high intensity up front, and basically because Ferran Torres is very good at pressing.
Then you put Ferran Torres on Sunday.
No, but here's the thing. Rafinha was creating all the threats. Lewandowski, he was a complete ghost in the game. He was a complete ghost.
What's me about high intensity? If Ferran Torres has not been at his own level in a minute, Rafinha has been as much as the closest version to the that we were getting. So, I mean, I really don't get. I mean, who knows? Who knows the outcome of the game if Rafinha had sat down? And you saw Rafinha was hitting.
No, exactly. Rafinha was Barcelona's best player, and he played amazing. He got the goal, the second goal to basically tie the game. Rafinha was carrying all the threats, and Xavi subbed him off when Barcelona were going for the winner, when they were putting pressure, because during those last 10 to 15 minutes, Barcelona were like hammering Man United, and you saw that Casemiro almost scored an own goal. Barcelona had some very good chances, and Barcelona weren't able to just like finish the game off. But at the same time, Man United had a lot of clear chances.
And so Fati had a pretty decent game towards the end.
He did. And on top of that, we're not even going to talk about. Are we going to talk about like the atrocious refereeing in this game, the penalties, the Fred handball?
I'm sorry, bro.
The Fred tackle? Okay. No, the Wan-Bissaka tackle?
No, yeah, the tackle, but I'm saying because that handball pissed me off more than the tackle. How do you not take that to VAR?
VAR said that it was too close to the body.
He literally did this. Like he pushed his hand into the ball. You literally see his body twitch towards the ball. Come on.
No, it's a complete.
Someone in that VAR room who should have said, you know what? Maybe look at it. That was clear.
It's a complete shambles, and on top of that, the thing that hurts the most is that this isn't the first time it happens. This has happened. Remember the game against Bayern, the Ousmane Dembele tackle from Alphonso Davies. The game against Inter, we got completely robbed. These instances, they changed the outcomes. Barcelona were completely robbed of that penalty. I have no idea how that isn't called, because I guarantee you, if that's Barcelona, if we commit that, that's being called against us. That's 1,000% being called against us.
And look, I'm out here right now. Right now, as we're speaking, I was trying to make up in my head the starting 11 for the second leg.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna dive right into that. But before we do that, guys, remember, like, subscribe, and comment. Also, I post a link on Twitter if you guys want to join and basically add to the discussion. You're always welcome to Podcast 10. Join, click the link, and you'll be to basically discuss with us. And remember, like, subscribe, and comment. But here's the thing: this 4-man midfield. How with the absence of Gavi, with the absence of Pedri, with an injured Busquets, how are you going to line up against Man United in Old Trafford?
And you have to think that Pedri's injury could have been the disaster of the defense could have played as a factor in Pedri trying to do everything at once in the middle and ran into some bad luck. So, I mean, do you want me to tell you what I think for the starting 11?
Okay. Question: would you go with a 3-man midfield, or would you go?
You have to.
Yeah, you have to. Okay, so who would you start?
The only way that former midfield works is when you have someone like Gavi running around the entire time.
Yeah. And on top of that, you have Pedri, who's exactly. Like the creative outlet. Because, for example, what you cannot do is go into that game with that four-man midfield with Busquets, Kessie, Frankie de Jong.
What I'm afraid is, I'm really afraid that Xavi says, you know what? Play Balde left mid.
No. You can't change up that defense. That defense
That
needs to be solid. That defense.
I'm hoping that Xavi learns from his mistakes and does the Balde, Christensen, Araujo calling the defense, and that the midfield, even though it's not as strong, Kessie, De Jong, Busquets, if he's back, and the attack, it's gonna have to be Ansu, Lewa, and Ferran.
Okay, what's your midfield
Oh
again?
no. Ansu, what happened?
What's your midfield again?
I mean, logically thinking, it will have to be Kessie, Frankie, and Busquets.
See, but that midfield has no creativity.
At this point, he's forced to do that.
Yeah,
Unless,
okay.
again, unless he does Balde at left mid, I would rather him do Kessie, Frankie, and Busquets than have Balde at left mid and your Diab left back.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. If Barcelona are gonna go with that four-man midfield to Old Trafford, Pablo Torre needs to start because he's the player closest to the squad to Pedri.
When I was thinking about the midfield, I was gonna say, but the things that we can almost predict Xavi, I will be shocked if he starts Pablo Torre. I'm expecting what I told you, Kessie, Frankie, Busquets. I hope Xavi proves me wrong. I want to see. They were hyping him up like he was going to be the next Pedri, Pablo Torre. They haven't given him enough minutes. Maybe he gets a chance. Maybe they sub out Busquets early in the game because to like take care of his injury, and they sub him. We'll see. But he needs to.
Oh, I think you're cutting out. Let me just remove you and just put you back in. Hold up. Yeah, it just like cut off for a bit. Are you there?
Yeah. Well, okay. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no. What I was saying, we're gonna need Lewandowski to step up.
Yeah.
Rafinha to keep doing his thing, and then again, if you play a three-man attack, I'm expecting Ansu Fati to be starting. Again, the midfield worries me more on the attack. If Xavi rocks the defense that we know that works, we're gonna be fine at the back. That midfield, there's no creativity in the middle. We're gonna have to bank and pray that Paulo Torre can do something because again, Pedri and Gavi, your two world-class youngsters, are out.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. If this weekend I think this weekend is going to be a good indicator to see what Xavi does. If Xavi decides to go with that four-man midfield and add Pablo Torre to that, he's going to be playing this weekend. Pablo Torre needs to start.
What?
To get some minutes. If he doesn't start Pablo Torre, he's not going with that four-man midfield. He's not going with that. He's going with the three-man midfield. He's going like that.
Are we expecting, because I haven't been keeping up with Busquets new, are we expecting him back this weekend or for the second leg?
I think he's been training. I think he's going to be back for the game. I don't know if he's going to be starting. But Busquets is very likely going to be back with this weekend. But this weekend is going to give us indications on what he's going to do against Man United.
Exactly. I expect and I hope that Xavi, in an attempt to not overplay Busquets, let's say Busquets plays the first half or plays the first 55 minutes, and then Pau Torre takes over. They move Frankie back to CDM. We'll see what I do. Pau Torre needs to see minutes.
But see, here's the thing. If Xavi goes with that three-man midfield, Busquets does not work there anymore. He doesn't have the legs to cover the ground. Busquets looks solid. He looks solid because of that four-man midfield.
We have no options. What game have we played this season without Pedri and Gavi? Like with both out. Now one of them out. What game have we played with both Pedri and Gavi out at the same time?
The only games I can think of is the games in the Copa del Rey. But the games against Copa del Rey, it was against like fourth and third division teams.
Exactly. So competitive games, we have not played without that. So I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he risks playing Pau Torre. I want to see Pau Torre play. I feel like this is moment to show that he should not be getting so many bench minutes. But
and then also, guys, the thing to mention, I think Xavi in Europe has been atrocious. He's gotten one win in the last 8. You just think about that. at home in the champion. No, in general in European
That's what I'm
competitions,
saying.
he's
It
had
pisses
one
me
win in
off.
8. Yeah, exactly. This was a chance to
It pisses
basically.
me off. If we don't win at Old Trafford, if we don't win there, we're gonna be the laughing stock of Europe because they're gonna say, "Oh, they couldn't win UCL. They're not gonna win in Europa League either." So we haven't done anything in European football in over 2 years. So
It just, oh my
again,
god.
if Xavi wins La Liga, it's a success for the team, but he needs to do something next week. That team cannot lose to Man U, and it's gonna be hard because again, there's no creativity in the middle.
Yeah,
We gotta hope that the attack
yeah.
is rolling.
It's good. It's
The
tough.
attack,
It's tough. It's
who
tough. And
knows? Who knows if they play Rafinha more as a right mid to move the ball up, and then they do a two-man attack of Ansu Fati and Lewandowski, or for around Lewandowski. Maybe they want to play Rafinha a little more back as a right mid, so he can help move the ball forward.
Mhm.
I have no idea.
We'll see. We'll see. But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. It was a tough episode because there was lots of mixed emotions. I think this game was there for the taking. Barcelona didn't take it.
Too many chances.
Barcelona should have put their best team forward to basically finish the tie. As a result, you don't start your best team against a team that is in very good form, who's third in England, and who's been rejuvenated under Erik ten Hag. And when you don't have that starting 11, it's a chaotic match. And Barcelona suffered. Now they go to win away at Old Trafford weekend to try to basically win the elimination, the tie. But guys, let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you disagree? Do you agree with anything that we said? As always, like, subscribe, and comment. And I post a link on Twitter. If you guys want to join, feel free. Podcast 10. Just click the link and you'll be able to join. But that was it, guys. And as always, we'll see you guys all on the next episode. Peace out, guys.